Hello again, friends. This is Little Emigration Canyon, west of Jeremy Ranch again. This is the Mormon Flats Campground and Trail. And you do have to have reservations for the campground. I don't remember how much it is. It's $2 to park here. There is a picnic area. You can read this neat little sign. Actually, I think I got time here. So this says, okay, it's by Mormon Pioneer National Historic Trail. This approach to Big Mountain Pass was the steepest sustained climb on the Mormon Trail. From the mouth of the canyon across the creek to your left, which you may be able to hear when there's not cars going by. The pass rises 1,400 feet in elevation over a distance of 4 miles. At the suggestion of Lancer W. Hastings, the California-bound Donner Reed Party of 1846 became the first wagon train to make the difficult ascent. They camped at springs which fed several beaver ponds 1 mile up the narrow canyon. 4 nights, August 14th through 17th, were spent at 1 Mile Camp for the purpose of blazing a trail. Since then, thousands of travelers have rested at this popular spot. In July 1847, the first group of Mormon pioneers, led by Brigham Young, followed the tracks of the Donner Reed Party up the canyon and onto the valley of the Great Salt Lake. For the next 22 years, immigrants, 49ers, freighters, stagecoaches, and Pony Express riders used the trail, traveling both east and west. Today, the area around you is called Mormon Flat, but in the mid-1800s, it was known by another name. In the fall of 1857, so October 29th through November 9th, the Mormon militia, under the command of Lieutenant General Daniel H. Wells, built two large rock walls on the ridges flanking the entrance to Little Emigration Canyon. The wall closest to you was known as the Duke Battery, and the Hyde Battery, after the officers who directed their construction. These fortifications are the largest and best preserved of a series of defensive structures built for a war that never happened. On Friday morning, June 25th, 1858, the U.S. Army splashed through the creek and passed beneath these batteries. Private Charles Scott noted in his journal that the 2 breastworks of stone were dignified with the title Fort Wells. So that would... can't see them, but that would probably be in that gap somewhere. That's very interesting. Let me show you to the creek here, and this will give you an idea of what the pioneers, the Donner Party, and the Native Americans as well, had to go through to get through the mountains to the valley. Look at how I'm 6 feet tall, and that is taller than me. That's at least 11 or 12 feet tall, I think. They had to dig roads through this, make roads through this. It took them a lot of work and days just to get a very little distance because they had to work so much. And I don't know, this might talk about it. Let's see. Probably not, actually. This says the road to Zion from the late 1840s through the 1860s. An exodus of more than 7,000 Mormon pioneers passed by here on their way to their new Zion in Utah. Starting from Nauvoo, Illinois in February 1846, the first group of at least 1,300 Mormons, 13,000 I say, crossed into Iowa to escape religious persecution. Then the next winter in the area of present-day Council Bluffs, Iowa, and Omaha, Nebraska. In 1847, Brigham Young led an advance party of 140, I think it's 8 men, 2 women, and 3 children along the Platte River at Fort Bridger, Wyoming. They departed from the Oregon Trail to head southwest to the Great Salt Lake. Thousands of other Mormon pioneers soon followed. Today, a marked 1,624-mile auto tour route closely parallels their historic trek, and that's the map down there. Okay, minimum, I can't read all this, it's scratched up. But this is something that Appleton Harmon wrote in his journal in 1847. Can't even begin to read that. And then this says, after arriving, the Mormon pioneers set up communities and ferry crossings along the trail to assist later wagon trains going to and from Utah. And so that's what this picture is of. And then, is that this one? Maybe. Okay. From 1856 to 60, many European converts walked more than 1,200 miles to Salt Lake City, pushing and pulling handcarts to the right. So that's depicting the handcart companies. Loaded with 500 pounds of supplies. And now a lot of that was actually mostly food. They didn't, and a little bit, and clothing. They didn't have room for much else. I can't remember what the limits were, but yeah, they had very little room for anything else. After 1860, the church sponsored oxen-drawn wagons to bring immigrants to the new Zion. Okay, let's go. Let's go a little bit further here. I stopped by here when I came to East Canyon Reservoir last year, the end of July. So I had to make sure to stop here again. Such a beautiful area. Okay. Beautiful, but again, can you imagine trying to get wagons through this? This bridge is probably the width of one of the wagons. Probably maybe a little bit longer. Let's see this. Remember. If I remember, there's a little more opening up there, but I'm not gonna walk through that. Yeah, just it blows my mind having to build trails through this and get wagons through this. It's amazingly beautiful, but oh my gosh. And the handcart companies in 1856 was the Martin and I'm forgetting the other part. It'll come to me. They were coming through here. They were stuck in the snowstorm. They'd gotten, You had a few issues on the way. Got stuck in snow in Wyoming in October. They did not get this far until, is it late November, December? Can you imagine coming through this when it's full of snow and everything like that? It's just incredible to think about that. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully, there might be more, I don't know yet. Okay, bye-bye.